Hello, everybody. Welcome in for another episode of Vol Club Confidential, brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. Coming up tonight on the show, we have the man known as Coach Chop, Levorn Harbin. But before we get to him, more on Knoxville Smiles.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make your smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
How are you doing? I'm doing great. Coach Chop, it's great to have you, man.
Glad to be here, man.
Super excited to have you on the show. Everybody for the longest time kept talking about Coach Chop. You talk to these recruits, Coach Chop, Coach Chop. You like to kind of like lay in the weeds as a recruiter. There's no more laying in the weeds now that you're on staff. When Coach Heupel talked to you and gave you the job offer to become the Leo's coach, man, what was that feeling like for you?
It was an unbelievable feeling for me. Something I've been working towards to get back on the field and run my own room. I can't describe the feeling because it was like it was so different and different in a great way. Just a true blessing for me and my family.
What have you learned to love about Knoxville?
A lot of great places to eat. A lot of friendly people, really friendly people. A lot of people been great to my wife and my kids, not because I was a football coach, more of just genuine people here. A lot of places you can go hide. You don't have to really bump into people while you from the job. So Knoxville is kind of spread out. People don't understand that part. It's really a lot of scenic places to go. We love going up to Gatlinburg. Like going a scenic route, actually, the back way through Maryville. Love going down to Maryville. So you got a lot of great communities around here that my family and I enjoy visiting, especially to go grab a bite to eat. Just an unbelievable place for my family.
The family part of the football side of things, like now that you're running the room, how do you make that Leo's room with Coach Chop's imprint on it?
Really just the build on what we started 4 years ago from what Coach Hype envisioned, coaching the kids hard, loving them even harder, always being honest with them, pushing them to be the best version of themselves. That's what I've did from day one, to make sure they knew that I was going to continue to love them the same, going to coach them extremely hard, be fair, and always honest with them, what they doing good, what they doing bad, and they respect that when you go about business that way instead of not being truthful of what you're seeing and what they're doing from day to day.
It's not the same as it was 4 years ago. Everybody's on the field now. But when you first got here, you were off the field, not able to go out on the road recruiting, but you had an impact in recruiting, building relationships. How were you able to do it?
It's not like I'm a spring chicken. I've been doing this since 1998. So in saying that, I learned from my beginning that you had to have good players. And that's what I have a passion for, is being able to try to increase the level of talent on whatever team I'm on. But me personally, how I go about my daily walk in recruiting is because I'm not a car salesman. I am who I am.
Blunt to a fault.
That's true.
Kind of like me.
That's true. And either you're gonna like me or you're not gonna like me. I just believe in being honest with people. And the car salesman type mentality, it don't go well, because at some point they gonna sniff out that you're not who you say you are. And parents do a good job of asking the same questions over and over, and they're just trying to see if you're gonna change
your story,
who you are, and what you really believe, and what the program is really standing on. And I'm just not gonna lie to them. I'm always gonna be honest with them. That's just who I am.
When you started to make a dent in recruiting, Like, I mean, the kids just kept talking about Coach Chop, Coach Chop, Coach Chop. And fans are like, who is Coach Chop? Because the people don't really associate you with your name, which is what?
Levorn Harbin. That's my government name.
Who calls you that, though? Your wife? What does she call you?
That's kind of tricky because everywhere I've been, I've always had a different nickname. She don't call me Levorn. I had an old college nickname. I'm not going to divulge at this point, but that's who she calls me every day. Not Levorn, and definitely not Chop.
Where did the Chop come from?
Chop came from when I first started out coaching at Auburn. Everybody on the staff had a nickname, and my first summer there at training camp, Coach Tuberville insisted I have a nickname. He said, I'm not going to call you Levorn Harbin every day. So that's where the name came from.
So where does Chop come from, though? I mean, as far as was there is it just Chop? I mean, was there a reason they called you Chop?
Well, it came from, it's short for pork chop not because my size, 'cause I was a lot smaller back when I was first started in coaching. I wasn't a big guy. It came from the thought process from the coaches that you like a dude that struggle with friends, and she probably struggle with having a pet, so you probably need a pork chop around your neck for the dogs to come around and hang around you. So that's where it come from, seriously. Kind of crazy story, but that's the honest God truth.
Which is funny because, like, people gravitate towards you, not away from you. Like, you don't need no pork chop. That's the best part of all that. Is like, I see the mamas and daddies that come to junior days and stuff, and I mean, they're like, "Where's Coach Chop?" Like, they're always, "Where's Coach Chop?"
Well, I love people, and I love good people, and that's who I said over and over. That's who's gonna gravitate to me, and that's who I'm gonna gravitate to, because the job is too hard to be not who you say you are, and I think here at the University of Tennessee we've done a great job from that aspect, because we've gotten a lot of good kids and good families in here because of who we say we are. We're true to who we are, and that's who I stand on. That's who I am, and I'm not going to change who I am.
How have you changed, though, now being one of the main coaches? Like, I don't mean like your personality's changed, but like, do you find yourself more vocal now than before?
No. I'm more of a how should I put this? I kind of lay a little bit more in the weeds now. From a schematic standpoint, I kind of voice my 2 cents a little bit more with Coach Banks, trying to get him to run different pressures, and he may take probably half a cent of those, but that's why I feel like I'm contributing a little bit more from the schematic standpoint.
The recruiting side, you talk about being a second nature relationship type stuff. Like, the one thing I've always admired about you is, like, you approach it, you're hungry. You're hungry before you were, the Leo's coach. You're even hungrier now. Like, I mean, I've seen you like dedicate the recruiting even harder since then. Like, where does the hunger come from? Because, you did point out that you're not a spring chicken, and normally when you get older, it's not, the hunger's not, the drive's not the same.
I'm going to be honest with you. My drive comes from watching my dad be who he is, and that's what my dad was, a hard worker. That's all I ever saw my dad. When I was younger, my dad worked at a factory in Stonewall, Mississippi, actually a blue jean factory. He would work from 3 to 11, then he would come home, go to sleep 4 or 5 hours, and then he had an old pulpwood truck. He would try to get 2 loads a day. He did that for our family so he could pay for a home for cash, and so he wanted to go through the hassle of getting a mortgage, and that's what he did. And my drive comes from watching my dad, man. I'm telling you, my dad one of the hardest working people in the world, and he's an unbelievable dude. My mom was a hard worker, but my dad, man, that's what I learned from my dad, to be honest with you.
From Alabama.
Butler, Alabama.
The pride.
I take pride in Butler with the four red lights.
4 red lights.
4 red lights.
How much has it changed since you were there? Like
we have
kid?
we have a McDonald's now. A new high school, tore down the old high school, but it's still the same. It's great people, hard-working people there. I'm one of the fortunate guys to get a chance to get out of there. We've had quite a few to go play college football, but coach, only me. It's probably myself and maybe my first cousin. He's actually AD at Tuskegee University.
Which you used to work at.
Actually, we started out working there together. He was a DC, and I was a recruiting coordinator and D-line coach. So we won a lot of football games there, and we actually played in college together at University of North Alabama, won a national championship there. So I've been very fortunate to have a chance to be a part of winning programs from high school, making it to the semifinals, going to college, winning a national championship, winning numerous conference championships. The one thing that I'm going to do, and I know people going to say you kind of brag, one thing I want to do is help University of Tennessee hoist that trophy again. That's my goal.
UNA, Huntsville?
North of Florence, Alabama.
Okay, it's Florence. Okay, so just west of there.
Mm-hmm.
So my college roommate here at Tennessee is from Hazel Green.
I had some teammates from Hazel Green.
Which is not too far from Florence, just kind of north of Huntsville right there. When you get back home to Alabama, when you go home, see family, that type of thing, what are those trips like?
They're great trips. Get a chance to go back and recharge. Get a chance to go see my parents, my aunts and uncles. I love going to their homes and get some real good cooking. Did you stock all these
people with orange clothes?
Every time I go home, I try to take them orange and white, even though it's Alabama country, but they love me, so they go with the orange and white for sure. My sister graduated from Alabama, but I'm not going to hold that against her right now.
Is it just 2 of you?
It's 2 of us, yes.
You the older?
I'm the older. It's 5-year difference.
Yeah, my sister was 5 years younger than me. What makes you smile?
My family. My family. I'm a family guy, man. I'm not as people talk about my car Big Red. I'm not a materialistic guy when it comes to cars or other things, but spending time with my family, doing whatever I can to make my family comfortable and make them happy. I mean, that's me. My wife and my kids, that's what makes me smile.
That makes him smile. But he does have another passion besides coaching and recruiting. We'll talk about that more on the other side. Now more on Knoxville Smiles.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
All right, I teased it before we took the break to talk about Knoxville Smiles. Your other passion is cooking.
Yes, I love to smoke meat and barbecue.
When am I going to get more venison? I go over there. I'm waiting on recruits one day. He comes down with this little cup full of venison that was fantastic. He's like, "You ain't going to eat this." And if anybody knows me, they know I am the pickiest eater on the planet. Okay, but I do love meat. So like, it's not as like a big of a reach. Like if you had been offering me like spinach, I would have told you no. But it was so good. It was right out of you had like in the oven or whatever upstairs.
Toast oven.
I mean, it was fantastic.
Well, you saying venison? That's the upper echelon way of saying it, but it's down in Butler, Alabama. We call it deer meat.
Well, that's fine too. Either way, it was good.
it's my dad. They go hunting every year, and I usually have them to kill me 2 to 3 deers, and that's normally what I eat off at lunchtime at the office. Just throw a piece in the toaster oven, let it cook while I'm taking a shower, come out, go to defensive unit meeting, and sometimes I had to share. I had some coaches on the staff that really likes it, like Coach Inge and Coach Heupel, so I had to share with those guys a little bit, but I really do. I like my deer meat. But
I'm not shocked about that with Heupel. I mean, he's from South Dakota. I mean, like, probably eating bison out here too. What else do you like to cook?
I like to do ribs. I like to do Boston butts. I love doing whole chickens.
Yeah.
I love cooking for the players. I really do. As one of Coach Banks said, that's my way of showing love, and I guess it is. I love cooking for people. I love cooking for those players. I love when they come over. Funny story, our second year, Big O and Elijah came over early with the rest of the D-line, and I'm telling you, that day, for whatever reason, it probably was the hottest day ever here in Knoxville. And I was cooking outside. I had been cooking since like 10 that morning. I mean, just going at it, and it was hot. I was sweating, and I'll never forget Elijah and Big O walked out joking, laughing, and my arms cramped up where I couldn't grab the spatula to take the meat off, and they thought they got the biggest kick out of us. I said, you talk about us not being hydrated, and you out here cramping up on a grill,
on
man.
On the grill.
So I love cooking for those guys, man.
What kind of spice you like to use? Because I remember the deer meat.
I can't tell you about my spice.
Deer meat you gave me had a kick to it.
Yes.
I mean, it stuck with you.
Yes, my dad and them do a good job of processing it. They do a really good job with the ingredients that they put in to give a little kick and give it that flavor.
I still haven't gotten another piece since then. It really bothers me.
Well, you got to come by doing recruiting a little bit more. I know that's a joke, guys. He's there all the time.
Matt's the one that does it all. What's the one thing that you wish you could cook better?
I wish that I could do my biggest challenge is a brisket. You got to be really detailed and really not get distracted, because you got to be really on point for it to come out.
Which means you can't recruit because you get distracted. Recruiting.
Exactly. So that's probably probably won't ever get a chance to do that while I'm still working, to cook a brisket correct.
You a bacon guy?
No, not a bacon sausage guy. Sausage. I'm a sausage guy. I'm not a bacon guy.
Like biscuits and gravy?
I like more pancakes, blueberry pancakes.
You talked about the food here. I don't know, no chains. Like, what's the favorite Knoxville spot? Like, if your wife says you can go anywhere to eat for your birthday, where are you going?
Country's Burrito.
Country Burrito out in Hardin Valley.
Yes. When Coach Heupel offered me the job celebration that night, they went out and bought Country's Burrito.
What'd you eat?
Had me a big chicken burrito. I love the chicken burrito. I love that chicken. Their chicken is very, very tasty. It really is unbelievable. They do a great job out there. But I can't. But also, man, I love Big Ed's pizza too. I can't. Yeah, that's hard to leave that Big Ed's out.
Big Ed's is pretty legendary.
Yeah.
You done the Pizza Palace over near campus?
I've never been there.
Oh, we gotta change that.
I would go there, but I feel like I'm cheating on Big Ed's. I'm telling you, man.
Well, Big Ed don't care. Big Ed don't care. You talk about going over towards Maryville. Where do you go over there?
Over to Maryville, is it the Big Horse? What's
the Dead Horse? No, not Dead Horse. Black Horse.
Black Horse.
Yeah.
Black Horse. I haven't been out in about a year now, because because I've been ripping and running, but I used to like going out there a lot, and time hadn't permitted itself.
I love the new kickback jacks over there in Maryville. I'm going to give you the hole in the wall of hole in walls in Maryville, and it's in Walland. It's called Becky's. It's at a fork in the road. It's Becky's Grocery. Becky's since retired. Her son Travis runs it now. But like Coach Fulmer, Haywood Harris, John Ward, basically a who's who of Tennessee guys, used to go out there. There's no cell phone service, so if you're needing to recruit over lunch, it ain't gonna work,
man. That's gonna be tough, man.
But it's really neat. It's fantastic. Like I'm telling you, like I'm a huge fan of Becky's, and if you're over in Maryville and you get a chance to go,
well, maybe the next dead period where we're not on the phones at all, I would take on Becky's. But as long as we're recruiting, that'd be hard to do.
Well, you still have to take those weeks off due to the Pruitt investigation where you can't contact recruits. So we'll just do it the next time you have to do one of those.
Yeah, hopefully it's no time soon.
It shouldn't be. You've taken enough of those in the last 6 months.
Exactly.
What's the drive? Like, what's the internal drive? Non-football related. Like, what do you enjoy besides cooking? We've established that. Like, is it traveling? Like, what do you like to do travel wise? Like going places. I know over like spring break, you were able to go up to New York, to the city, and all that.
We like to travel as a family, go to different spots. Yeah, we really do like the New York area. We got really close friends up there. A lot of neat things to do. We like to really just, try to go on cruises. We used to try to go on a cruise also once a year. Love going on cruise, going to different places. My wife and kids don't like going to the same place. I always like going somewhere different. So my wife do a great job of planning vacation, her and the kids. And people think I'm lying when I say this. I really don't know where we're going for vacation like this year. I have no idea where we're going.
Oh, Heibel's the same way. He just Dawn plans it and he just goes where she tells him to go.
And that's exactly what takes place in my house. They just tell me. They just know the Kate Miller does a great job of getting the wives a schedule, and they know my wife know when my vacation start and end. So she just go ahead and book everything, and she just say pack your bags and go.
Favorite family road trip that you've ever done, or it doesn't have to be a road trip. It can just be a family trip. Favorite
family trip, I would probably have to say when we went to Hawaii.
How old were the kids when they went?
My oldest was 4. So we went over with her parents to Hawaii, and the youngest, of course, wasn't born yet, but so we went to Hawaii. So we got to go back because the youngest says she's never been. So at some point in time, we'll have to go back.
My kids have never been. They will go. My wife set the goal a few years ago to get the kids to all 50 states before they graduate high school. They've hit 38 of the 50.
That's impressive.
They'll be 12 and 10 in May.
Good God.
The last 12 are really intentional. It's like right down the middle. Like they've done everything on the West Coast minus Hawaii, and they've done all the Northeast and all that. So it's like South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, like places
That's
like you're going to be really intentional to go to, right?
Yeah,
like,
you have to be really intentional of recruiting.
But the one is the last one will be Hawaii, mostly because I don't want to take them over there until they can snorkel and stuff without me having to try to save them every 5 seconds. We did a little snorkeling in the Bahamas over spring break. They did okay. So but I want that to kind of be the 50th. Like that'll be like a celebration of getting to 50. But
that's pretty neat. I never thought about doing that. I don't think we get a chance to do that with our girls before they get out of our house. But hopefully, we will still do family vacations once they get married and gone. And I've told them I need 2 weeks a year. I don't care who they marry. He has to give me 2 weeks a year with them to go on family vacation. That means a lot to me. That's something my mom and dad started doing. We went to Fort Walton Beach when we were younger, and family vacation is not going to visit people. It's going somewhere where you don't have family at. So my parents started doing that when I was younger. So I always cherish that. And then my wife, parents, man, they have traveled the world. My father-in-law, bless his soul, he passed away in December. He had a world map up, and he's been to almost any place you could think of. I mean, he was retired for 30 years. Retired at age 50. Died when he was 80.
Wow.
For 30 years. So that's all he did was travel.
Got a lot of different places, a lot of cool stories.
Yeah, he has a lot, from riding elephants, going to Japan to India, place I never thought about going.
Yeah, me too. Although, I mean, I'm not, I've done Mexico and Canada. I've not been to Europe yet, but I'm doing that a couple of times in the summer. I'm doing a family trip, and then I've got my personal golf trip to Scotland in July. So,
personal golf trip to Scotland.
So,
wow.
So I'm going to do it twice in a couple of minutes, in pretty close stead. So it's gonna be interesting to kind of go some different places, especially with my very limited palate on food.
How in the world you break away on a golf trip by yourself?
Away from the family, a very understanding wife. This was technically supposed to be my trip for my 40th birthday, but I let it get upon me too soon. And so, it's me and 7 other guys. So there's 8 of us.
It was a guy's trip.
Yes, correct. It's not by myself. I mean,
it's a guy's trip, huh?
A guy's trip to Scotland with a lot of golf.
A lot of golf. I am truly jealous. I at one time, seriously, I was a pretty good golfer until one day I came home. My wife said, you do have a daughter, and golf take you about 4 to 5 hours when you get off work, so you got to choose. So
you work those long hours over there. A little more flexibility in my job.
You want to swap?
No.
I think you'd be great recruiter.
No, they couldn't afford me over there on campus.
The amount of hours we put in, trust me, they get a really good deal on a lot of us over there. They really do.
You guys do. Like it's wild how many hours you put in. You're in there at 6 o'clock in the morning. Some nights and they're 10, 11 o'clock at night. And Coach App's done a pretty good job of kind of dialing that back some during the off season and letting y'all get out of there more frequently.
He really has. He's done a great job of tweaking the schedule, trying to make it right, what makes sense. He's gotten better every year with that, trying to give us more time with our families, because he understands our families are important, just like his family is. So,
and he's big on the families coming over there to the complex too.
Yes, he's big. He's big on the family and dogs coming over to the complex. Couple people bring their dogs in there. So yeah, our family's it's an open door policy for practice, which I've been to other places where families couldn't even come to practice. So
we're looking at Bresky when we're talking about dogs.
Yeah, Bresky and a few more. So, but no, he's been great. I mean, he's been great about that. Better than a lot of my colleagues in this profession.
What's your long-term goal?
I would love to be a head coach one day. I really would. I would love to be able to lead a group of men. I mean, I've been a position coach for a long time. I've coordinated 1 year at Miles College. We was able to win the conference championship. I've been a recruiting coordinator. I've done it all. So have had a chance to be on all parts of an organization to understand how to run it. And so I would love to be a head coach one day and win it all.
For you, when you wake up in the morning, what are some of the first things you do?
First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I have devotion, and then I text my kids that I'm recruiting. And the running joke with a lot of kids here, Coach, man, you be texting me at 5:30 in the morning. I say, yeah, you should probably be up. So I'm texting on the phone first thing in the morning. When I'm going to bed, I'm texting. And to be honest with you, if I didn't have a wife that understood the importance of recruiting, I probably wouldn't be married. She does a great job of actually recruiting the moms and doing a great job of keeping up with the kids during the year. When the kids do well, she send them text messages, calling them. If they do bad, send a text or tweet out there. She's getting on to them about how they want to represent their families.
Important to give Mama Chop
Yep, my
all
wife.
the credit.
Yep, she what you see, she has truly built.
Well, man, you go and keep recruiting. And this was a good look at, let Tennessee fans kind of get to know you a little bit. They hear a lot about you, but until you finally got to talk to the media earlier this spring, they hadn't heard from you.
Yeah, I kind of like it like that.
I know you like to lay in the weeds. Lay in the weeds. Coach Chop, man, we appreciate the time.
Appreciate it, my man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in. Be careful.